What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with our Alien RPG campaign, Echoes of Titans. I'm, of course, your game mother for the night, Jumbo Thick. We have our current cast and crew, as Mr. Galactic will be not joining us for a little while. He's got some stuff going on, but he says he'll be back. So for now, we get the illustrious Jack Dawson as his replacement. Speaking of which, I'm going to skip our normal intro because we have a long session ahead of us and we want to tidy this up in a good fashion. So we're just gonna hop on in. So, last we left off, our colonists crew have found themselves plus one member to their normal team after the unfortunate demise of their old driver, hallowed be his name, in the newfound cemetery in Aetheria with a single body buried in it. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to go where that's from. Regardless, though, Mr. Dawson made his debut, and boy, was it was a clincher, I'd say, for sure. A lot of banter, we got to meet some new colonists. Aetheria has grown significantly. Tripled in size. You've got stores opening up, shops opening up, a bar, all kinds of stuff, a cinema that maybe we'll get to venture into perhaps later. But for now, you were called because Lila Ramirez, the chief foreman of Aetheria, needed some tasks completed. And out of the 3 tasks that she asked you to kind of look at, you ultimately decided on visiting Borealis Station, which is a station far to the north, towards the northern pole. They needed a emergency supply delivery. You're not sure what else is going on, but you were told that they needed help, they needed experienced people. You're the team to go. You're the guys going. Borealis Station, being in the furthest north you can get on this planet, is a bit of a much different atmosphere than what you're used to, though you're not quite there yet. Unfortunately, you could not take Mr. Dawson's lovely named personal aerial vehicle because the supply delivery required you to transport a large amount of supplies, which means there's more than likely a large amount of colonists at this site. But because of that, you were forced to take the sled. And in case you were wondering about the sled, it is essentially just a giant, almost like tractor trailer. There's one box on the end of it, which is the cab. You face away from it, just like you would in a truck, so that's where you're piloting from. It's just got glass around it. It is airtight enclosed, with like controlled environment. So this actually can go into low orbit, the vehicle can. And essentially there's 4, they almost look like, they are like a rocket engine, but they can articulate and move, and there's 4 of them on this long bed, allowing it to hover and then have movement wherever you need it to go. That is currently what you are taking on your way to Borealis Station, as it has been loaded up with 4 large supply packages, crates. These would be big, like the size of like a car, each one, just full of whatever supplies his colonies asked for, whatever they've emergently requested. Of course, all these things are tied down with large chain cabling that is kind of winched down to keep it secure. And you made your way there. It's going to be an extremely long flight. A few hours in, you made it over the Badlands, which is the equator. And in so doing, you passed by one of the strange-looking shaped ridge kind of structures. And apparently it gave off some kind of magnetic interference that may have hampered with some of the electronics within the sled. However, Jack Dawson, being an expert pilot, was able to maneuver that situation quite easily. despite the lack of control for a moment, and shifted it right into gear and got you moving. So, we are heading to Borealis. As we ended our session, you were looking at what looked like a massive, foreboding storm in the distance that you were flying into. And it is going to be a long travel yet. You still have another like 8 to 10 hours left of travel flight time. As you hit the storm, you adjust your settings and components along the actual control console, Captain Dawson. Are we going to be resting, those of us on this flight path?
I will be.
Yeah, I'm assuming Smith rotating probably or something.
Yeah,
Or
some
just
some
all?
sort of.
I mean, you're all basically on an airplane. Like,
Yeah.
if you guys want to all just go to sleep,
Yeah.
no problem with that.
One of us will be awake at all times in the cargo bay, but
There is no cargo bay.
no.
Yeah, just
It's
a
it's
giant
completely
sled.
open. It's
Yep.
sled. There is no. It's all that. That's why it's all tied down as tight as possible.
Are we tied down?
Yeah.
You are in a secured cab
Okay.
section. It does have harness straps for 3 passengers, so you guys can actually strap yourselves to the wall.
Nice.
There are also, in addition to Dawson has his own personal compression suit. There are 3 regular, they're more bulky compression suits that you guys have available. They're from the colony. You guys could have used these before, but just in case things got really bad, or for some reason, I don't know, you guys end up in a horrible, hazardous environment, you might want to put those on.
I think
Sure,
I'll
I'll be wearing that. Sandy learned his lesson about not wearing the proffered gear.
Okay.
What I
will
would say
say-
too is like
Go
I
ahead.
would do
Go
some.
ahead, Swigman.
Dude, I'm gonna be like resting.
Yeah.
You know, like
So-
like a century soldier kind of would. You know,
Yeah.
sleeping
So-
with my eyes open.
People
I'll be sleep
that
sick.
are going to be resting. Let me check with Dawson first, though. Dawson, how do you feel
Yes.
about resting on this flight? You can
I doubt.
engage an autopilot and have it just fly for you to get a little bit of a little shut-eye, if you'd like.
I mean, judging by I've already had to make one piloting check, I would probably not be resting too much just in case I needed to.
That's not a problem. I want to know your amount of sleep level, because you're an experienced pilot. You're used to pushing it. At some point, fatigue will kick in, and we'll have to do some stuff for that. But for now, you're just going. The rest of you, if you want to actually rest, get an actual rest, you're going to have to take off armor. You can't be wearing a spacesuit because you can't sleep in it. So you'll have to be in just your regular fatigues if you want to get an actual rest and not have to make rolls to see if you're going to incur any penalties.
Okay, I'll strip down and I will sleep.
Okay. You're wearing your fatigues, you're just not wearing armor or anything like that.
I didn't mean like put on a show.
I'm just making
not
sure.
wearing the stuff that you told me that I could not sleep
Okay,
in.
that's fine.
I am wearing clothing. I
That's
promise.
I'm just
So,
making sure.
yeah.
You know, I gotta ask for some reason.
That is true. You do have to ask.
I do. So,
This group in particular. -1. But yeah, no,
All right.
I will take off the bulky stuff and get a good nap.
how about Sweetman? Are you taking a rest?
I don't know, man.
The penalties for not
I,
resting are not being able to reduce stress.
Yeah, so what about I'll take my chances on making a roll and keep my gear on, because to heck with baiting into your trap.
Baiting into my trap. What gear are you going to be keeping on, Sweetman?
I would protest that I could in fact sleep in a spacesuit if I mean,
It will.
I was raised on a space station.
The amount of uncomfortability will make this a not so restful sleep.
Yeah. Well, it's better than no rest, and whatever I can do, I want to
Okay.
maximize my potential while mitigating my risk.
That's fine.
Vis-a-vis what you're likely to throw at us.
All right, we'll see how you do
Yeah.
then, Mr.
Here
Sweetman.
we
How
are
about
in
Graves?
Well,
Bum. I feel like I'd probably try to rest in my armor as well.
In your armor?
I mean, I'm a Marine. You know.
Now, I will say, you particular, you can get rest and you're just wearing your full armor. That's one of the benefits of being a Marine. So, if you want to do that, you can.
I shall.
Okay. Graves is in his tactical armor still. I'm gonna assume you guys are like stowing your
Poncho's on.
weapon. Oh god, you're gonna wear the fucking poncho? Sure, why not? All right. Graves still has his poncho on over his armor. It's like a rain slicker. I'm assuming all the long rifles,
because
grenade
it looks metal
launchers,
as hell.
and grenades and shit are probably locked up in the secure kind of like little armory cabinet in the cab, so things aren't flying around discharging during flight.
Yes. Not sleeping with the grenades.
Okay. Right, then we will just we're going to venture forward. So we are opening up with Sana, actually.
Am I vulnerable without a restful sleep?
Let me just describe the scene first.
Okay.
Sana,
All right. Yes.
you hear a static-like noise.
Mhm.
Your kind of eyes kind of flutter. You see the lights that are the very dim lights in the actual cab portion are kind of flickering for a moment.
Okay.
Dawson, you also see this, and you see that the control panel is kind of like almost like the power's shorting in and out. Sweetman and Graves appear to be asleep. Sweetman looks highly uncomfortable in his mostly put on spacesuit. It's a compression
He looks
suit.
super comfortable.
It's
You have
and
no
I'm not
idea.
gonna lie, it's bulky as hell. Like it's like an old style. Yeah, it's not the fun nifty one that Dawson has. That's more sleek and expensive.
No, it's like a
Yeah.
trusty old hammock.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing just fine. Loves it. Trusty hammock.
Am I well rested, or is this like waking up at 2 a.m, kind of groggy?
Kind of like
sort of?
waking up at 2 a.m, kind of shook for a
Hmm,
second,
like
and
what's going on?
you just feel like tension. And you look up, you see Dawson at the control panel trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And that's when you look across at Sweetman. And he's sitting perfectly straight, staring at you.
Oh. Are you all right, Sandy?
Sandy's asleep.
You said Sweetman was sitting up looking at me, right?
Yep.
That's what it
And-
looks like.
Yeah.
At least one of his eyes are open.
Yeah,
Just
of them.
one eye open staring at me?
Yeah,
Maybe.
like.
Is he wearing
in
like a
the front
helmet
end.
or anything? Or is
No,
this like...
you wouldn't be able to sleep with the helmet on because it engages air if you put the helmet on.
Right.
So he's
Do I
just
have
like
a
got the
blanket or
suit.
anything?
Yeah, I could say there's probably like thermal blankets and things in here.
I'm gonna...
But,
Sweetman.
I guess I'll snap out of it.
You snap out of it. You
Yeah.
you look at her, Sweetman. You
Can-
just
can I-
stare for a moment, and then you watch as blood begins to leak out of his eyeballs.
I'm probably going to treat this like an emergency situation.
I told you he was gonna do some shit.
You
I have a feeling I'm
Right.
hallucinating. I probably don't.
Shit. You look over towards Graves, and his head's kind of down.
Okay.
And then when it raises up, the skin is missing from his face.
No.
And it's just like bone, jaw, blood, fresh, just dripping onto his
Oh, no.
chest, across his armor, down onto the floor.
I would probably attempt a medical aid check
You,
to save them.
you're starting to not feel so good about what's happening, Sana. Something's not going on, something's not right. You feel as Graves looks at you. Dawson sits up out of his chair. He stands up and turns around, and it's not Dawson. There's a different Marine in his place, wearing a Hawaiian shirt for some reason.
Is this a recognized Marine that I know?
It is. He has a broad grin, too broad, all teeth. He starts walking slowly towards you as you are bolted, or not bolted, but you're strapped down in your seat.
Oh. May I roll an observation check to see if I can tell that this is real or not? How would that even work?
What you can do is you're going to make me a panic roll is what you're going to do.
Okay. I can do that as well.
So just roll a d6, and as long as we don't get a 1,
I won't lose my shit. Okay, let me get rid of a couple things. Going into the psychosis off the bat, I got a 3.
a 3. Okay, with a 3, this isn't real. This isn't real. Whatever mantra you have for yourself, I'm not sure. But
Start singing Kokomo in my head.
you begin to sing as the not Dawson takes several steps closer to you. He rears back one hand and punches you right in the face. Your head snaps back. Your nose bleeding begins to drip across your shirt, down into your lap. And he gets eerily close to your face, smiling far too wide. As he begins to laugh, you shake out of it. The lights are flickering in the cab, Sana.
No. Any blood, anything?
Currently, Dawson is trying to figure out what's going on, and there is blood dripping out of your nostril.
Yeah, I'm probably going to just quietly deal with that if everything else looks normal.
You start to look around, and the lights are flickering on and off, just like they were before.
Okay. Dawson, what's going on?
I'm not sure. I have some concern that our friend who lent us this craft didn't fully disclose of its issues, mainly electrical.
Are you...
As you say that, Dawson, you have to. The power doesn't completely go out, but enough of the system is kind of almost shorting out at this point that you have to actually lower down below the storm for a moment to kind of get your bearings, because some of the instruments aren't working properly. As you lower down, you see down below, the first thing you see is there is what looks to be the setting has changed. You're now in this northern section of Eos.
This is Event Horizon.
And what you see down below is mostly just empty, frozen but wet, just terrain with mountains and valleys Not a whole lot of vegetation that you can see. There is some. The thing you notice is there are shapes moving down below you. Big shapes moving down below. Far too big to just be vehicles or anything of that sort, just because there's no lights, there's no anything. They're just kind of wandering around down there in the very dim light below the storm, as there are flashes of lightning illuminating the terrain around you.
Does the electrical problem stop?
It stops for a moment, and kind of most of your instruments kind of kick back in. And it's at this point you realize that you're almost to Borealis. As a matter of fact, through the rain, through the kind of like the terrain, you kind of squint your eyes and you can see lights. Not natural lights out in the distance. You're maybe 20, 30 minutes away from station.
Has it been a bumpy ride?
It hasn't been too bad.
Okay.
All of a sudden, outside of your close encounter with the magnetic interference, it hasn't been very bad at all.
I'll probably wait till we get like 15 minutes maybe away, and then if there's like a way to wake people up.
Yeah, as you're doing that, Sana's obviously awake. Sana, I'm going to need you to get 1 point of stress because of the current situation you're in.
It's fine. What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
This bodes well.
That's when the hair begins to stand up on Dawson and Sana's arms, neck. You feel your hair standing up all of a sudden. I would say Graves and Sweetman would as well, but they are currently asleep. You feel it, and in that second, you feel almost like a tension. And then you hear, boom!
Lightning. Oh boy.
As the ship has been struck by a bolt of lightning. One of the engines, you hear something back behind you outside of the cab. Something's gone, and the rig is starting to spin out of control. I need Mr. Dawson to give me a piloting roll at -4.
So I assume I'm rolling 4 less dice.
4 less dice.
Ooh, all right.
But he also has a story point if necessary.
He does. Yes, you have to choose to use the story point before you roll if you're going to do it.
Okay, what's the story point do?
It just gives you an auto success, a single auto success.
I will use that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to crash.
Now, the situation with the explosion, everyone gets 1 more point of stress. So Sana, you get that 2 points of stress. Everyone else gets 1. So Dawson, Sweetman, Graves, you guys each get 1 point of stress. Dawson and Graves and Sweetman, you guys are awoke by the jarring cab. Everything's beginning to flip around. Any kind of loose items or anything that were kind of out are just kind of tossed around as Dawson's trying to secure the actual sled itself, trying to pilot it. Dawson, with that check, you stop yourself from just free spinning and ending up anywhere. Your instruments are all fried right now. You're trying to get them back online. But what you can tell as you're looking at your readouts is that one of the engines is badly damaged. Someone's going to go need to fix it. As well, it appears that the crane arm has undocked itself and is unbalancing the load in some way. Both of these things will need to be done quickly.
Okay. I think the main focus would be the swinging crane arm.
Well, you can't do it from in here. Somebody's going to have to go out there, and someone's going to have to pilot the ship every turn.
I'll go.
Graves, you begin to unsheath yourself. As you move towards the doorway, there is a single door that leads out to the actual sled itself. you're in armor. It is freezing outside, and the hole is slick with ice and sleet. Should you go outside without a proper suit, you will be suffering from hypothermia, and we will make rolls for that every single round.
How long will it take me to put on my feet?
It's going to take you one turn to put on a suit.
If I assist him,
No, I'm assuming he's going to have assistance getting out of his armor and into a suit quickly. Now, fortunately for you, someone slept in a suit. Someone's ready to go.
And I have a point.
If you want to send
heavy
someone
machinery.
What's your heavy machinery total score?
A total of 5.
Not terrible.
No. With 2 stress.
So
Yes.
this is what's happening right now. You guys have to make decisions quick.
Yeah.
There is a single tow line once you step out of the door to hook to a suit to tether you to the sled so you don't fly off.
Okay.
There's only one.
If Sweetman's ready to go, we'll let Sweetman go. But I'll be sure to hand him the maintenance jack.
Yeah.
Sweetman, he hands you the maintenance stack. You take it, get your helmet on. This is super high stress right now. I'm assuming while they're doing that, Sana, are you going to help Graves get a suit on? Okay, so...
and then I will do myself last, but yeah.
This is our initial turn, Sweetman. You move to the door. There's
Graves
this burst of just freezing air comes in.
Yay.
Before he opens the door, and he help put on the helmet for the marshal. I'm just gonna say, "You got this, Marshal."
You got this, Marshal, indeed. As you place the helmet on, Sweetman, it clicks in. It fills up. You instantly are encapsulated. You're protected from the environment completely, so you don't feel the frigid burst of air like Graves and Salvatore and Dawson do, as well as the freezing rain that begins to spill into the cab. The sled itself is slick, and this thing, despite Dawson trying to gain control of it, is moving. The first thing you see, Sweetman, is that the docking arm is just free swinging back and forth off the side of the vessel, and it's completely unbalancing everything. As well, it looks like the engine on the back right out of the 4 engines is billowing smoke. Something needs to be done with it to get it put back into place. And now that you've opened the door, you see that due to the spin and the lightning strike, it appears that one of your 4 pallets is missing, with chains just clinking all across the side of the sled, where once there were supplies, there are not.
That's not good. All right. Well, first thing, I should secure the crane.
Okay. Are you going to clip in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Got to strap.
And from personal experience with bulky things, the gloves.
Yeah.
They're
space,
terrible. They're bad. Your dexterity is nothing. You grab the hook on the outside and clip it to the center of almost like a belt harness that is on the outside of this. You clip onto it, tethering you in place, and you step outside. As soon as you step outside, you get to make me a mobility roll, Sweetman.
All right. So mobility. That is, I have no points in mobility. So is that just a straight agility roll?
Gonna be straight agility then.
All right. All right, here we go. And now, so I carried over a point of stress from the last session. And would that be correct?
No. That would have went away with you guys.
So
resting.
You only have the one.
You only have one.
Okay. Oh, that's a face hugger on my stress dice.
Well, unfortunately, that's not good, Sweetman.
That's pretty bad.
You get to roll me a panic roll. So as long as that's not a 6, you're gonna keep it together.
Oh, as long as the panic roll's not a 6.
Yes, so just roll a d6.
It was not a 6.
Okay, so you keep it together, but as you take a few steps out, you get a few steps out, and the rig is moving. There is apparently there is a thin layer of ice across the top of the sled, and you zip, and you watch as you guys hear the tether, and Sweetman flies off the side of the sled.
Damn it!
Out into nothing. He just, and you hear him as he flies off the side with the tether holding him in place. As he swings underneath, and you are in free fall, moving back and forth, Sweetman. You, with such force, you go underneath, and you actually hit the bottom of the sled. You take 1 point of damage.
Holland, son of a bitch.
Take 1 point of damage from the hit, and you get to roll armor, however. And I do believe this suit. Let me just make sure. I think.
Wait, so
the suit
because
you're
I'm wearing
in,
my armor.
It has an armor rating of, let me just make sure I got it. Mark 50 compression suit has an armor rating of, Mark 35, excuse me, an armor rating of 5.
Oh,
so
wow.
roll
That's pretty
5
good.
dice.
Yeah. It's 1 success.
Okay, so you negate the point of damage.
Nice.
So the suit takes the impact as you smack, and then you're free swinging as Dawson is trying to get this under control.
This is terrible.
That's first round. Second round, Dawson. You get to make me another piloting roll since nothing's been fixed yet at -4.
Jeez Louise.
So that will be 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
What's the stress dice if you have the stress?
I got 1 6 on the piloting roll.
That's all you need, Dawson. How about we'll roll the stress too. Make sure you don't fail the stress. You just don't want to get a 1.
And I only have 1 stress.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 6.
2 successes. That means you get to show off, Dawson. You know what I'll let you do? I'll let you do something kind of fucked up for Sweetman, but in a good way.
Can it be like that little cup game where you
so
like
Dawson,
flip?
you
I mean, that's what I was thinking.
You hear Sweetman, and with 1 success, you get temporary control, and then you tilt it. You're like, hold on! You tilt it, and Drake and Sana have to like grab something real quick so they don't end up sliding across the cab as you tilt and move back in such a way that Sweetman kind of like goes, ah! And then he lands back on the deck. He doesn't slide off the side, but he's just laying prone on the deck for now.
No way, man. 3-point hero landing.
Hell no.
Oh yeah. And when I nail that 3-point hero landing, I say, Dawson, you son of a bitch.
In Sweetman's mind that happens. In Sweetman's mind that happens. But in reality, Sana and Drake watch Sweetman just like tethered, just fly back and hit the top of the deck and skid into like one of the pallets.
When he tells Sam the story, that's how it'll go.
So this is our second round. We'll see how long you guys are going to hold out here, because it looks like with the start of the second round, the next pallet of supplies, the 2 of the chains break off of it, 2 of the 4, and it starts to slide around. It's moving back and forth. It's your guys' turn to figure something out. So Drake, Sweetman, and Dr. Salvatore. Drake has his suit on. Sana, you don't have a suit on yet. It'll take you a turn to put on a suit, if you want to. You do? Yes, okay. Well, then Sana's going to begin putting on her suit. Graves, would you like to do anything?
There's only one tether, right?
There's only one tether.
Can I?
You've already seen
I
how
can't,
badly
like-
that can go.
I can't like attach myself to that tether as well. I don't know. But I might not be.
No,
able to.
the,
I don't know.
logistically you won't be able to.
And it's icy. Like I don't think.
It's slick and iced.
What was the roll he had to roll for
mobility roll?
stabilize? Pretty good mobility.
It's up to you, Grace.
If I question, exactly. I was gonna, what the roll?
There's a chance. At this height, if you fell, it would be
Yeah.
catastrophic.
Yeah. Okay. If I succeed on the roll, the mobility roll, would I
Yes.
be able to get to the crane this turn, or is it like a
Yes.
couple turn thing?
No.
Okay.
You can get to any of the problems in a single movement. This is kind of like very loosely based.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a skill challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Sweetman still heading towards the crane? Does it look like he's close to it? I guess. Or
It's up to him. It's up to him
Okay.
what he's doing.
I'll probably, I guess,
I would
leave
still
the crane
go
to him
for the
since.
crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're
Then
going for the crane.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be grabbing the door.
Yep.
And I'm
Pump
gonna
yourself up, move out. Go ahead and give yourself a
You're a goddamn Marine.
make that mobility roll, Graves, as
There you
your
go.
boots hit the slick ice of the deck of the sled.
Okay. And with stress. Damn. I got 3 successes.
Okay, with 3 successes, I should point out, because Sweetman's gonna have to make another roll.
Okay.
You are allowed to gift successes to another player making a similar roll.
Yeah, I'll
in
do
this. If you would like to gift one of those to him, you
Yeah,
can
just
do
to make sure
that.
he can move.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that he's still not going to like fail, but he at least
I
gets
can
one
still
success.
screw this up.
Yeah, he can still
he's
he can still fail his
panic
panic
or whatever.
roll.
Yeah. I'll
Speaking
give
of
one to
which-
him.
All
Do I
right.
get my other stunt?
Yes, you still get your other stunt, which
What's the other
with
mobility?
agility, you can. Let's see here.
Not make this roll again?
No.
What?
You can bank a +1 to the roll though.
Okay. Then I will bank.
You can bank
For
that for
next
you're
time.
kind of like getting used to what it's going to take to move around up here.
I'm gonna head to the pallet, I guess, because like that's the other objective here, or is that?
So there's 3 things happening right now.
Exactly.
You've got the crane arm.
Uh-huh.
The pallet is going to have to be resecured, and then you also have the one of the engines needs to be done to stabilize it.
That's the engine, man.
Okay, Graves is going to move towards the engine. Sweetman, you get to make me a mobility roll as you get up and go to move to one of the other objectives here.
Okay.
Remember, so you have a success.
I have a success.
You still have to roll and just make sure you
Yep.
don't panic.
Okay, no panics.
Your stress does go up by 1 for the trip you took, by the way, Sweetman. Sorry.
Yeah, you
I know.
I mean, you're so gracious.
I mean, I feel like that would be
hey, how about 1 success?
okay. How about
And it's on my stress dice.
It's cool. And you rolled 2 stress dice, right?
I did roll 2 stress
All right.
dice.
No problem. Sweetman, the stress is focusing you in this moment as you stand up. You're moving towards the crane.
Crane. That's right. I'm
You're
gonna
going
lock it
crane.
down.
Okay, you move towards the crane. Sweetman, you slide on over to the crane, and we'll go with Graves first. Well, no. Yeah, we'll go with Graves first. Graves, you move to the engine, and you move to it, and it looks like the bolt actually hit the engine. The lightning bolt is what. There's like a smoking hole in the side of it. You're gonna have to do some emergency repairs. Do you have anything on you to do emergency repairs with?
Get the maintenance jack. Whee!
Nope. He's got your maintenance jack.
We only get the one.
The one.
Yep. Is there anything I can do to like triage it? I guess like not like fix it, but like
You're looking at it. You need tools to fix this.
I need tools. Back.
You have to have tools to fix this.
No.
You call out or anything? Like, I need a cutting torch or something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I do have the cutting torch. I think.
Do you have it on your person?
Yes, I do. At least I have it listed on my person as cutting torch.
You.
I don't know if it would fix it, but
No, I'll be. It also. The cutting torch also welds.
Hmm.
It does both. So Graves, you know, I'm gonna be a gracious game mother and allow you to have that on you.
what if I have my
I
robotic
saw him.
arm?
He's strapped up before you
You
left.
also do have a robotic arm. But you have your that's not gonna help you. That's not gonna help you. You
I
have
can
your
lose the bowl
torch.
in my head.
You have your torch. You're going to be in a very precarious position for the next turn. But you move over to the engine, and you're going to have to weld some of these pieces on the inside together to kind of complete the broken circuit that's in it. It looks like there's just shit dangling around wires and stuff, and you're going to have to get in there and you're going to have to weld it. Next turn, you're going to be dangling over the side of the sled, and you're going to have to make another roll. Just if you're gonna keep doing
Jesus
this,
Christ.
what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Okay, that's
I mean-
good. But go ahead and make me a heavy machinery roll. You get a +1 for the cutting torch.
Okay.
However, you have a -2 to the roll
Okay.
because of the hazardous situation.
Okay.
So just a -1 total, I think.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's see what you got, Graves.
One success.
With a success, Graves, you begin to. In the end, Graves is working over there. Dr. Salvatore, you can see from the far end. While Sweetman, I need
Am
you
I hanging
to,
off?
You have to like hold on to the side of the engine and get into it and just.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
hanging on with. I'm gonna assume you use your robot arm to hang on
Yeah,
to the
the
engine
hang on.
with.
Yeah.
Your bionic arm. You're like death gripped on there.
Yeah.
And Dawson's doing the best he can to keep this thing as steady as possible. Let's hope that nothing bad happens.
How
But
fast is this vehicle going? Are we going like fucking
you're
fast?
going fast. Oh yeah, you're going fast. Yeah, the wind is whipping by, the sleet, rain. Like this is a very tense situation.
Good thing you're wearing your poncho.
You are wearing your poncho.
I'm probably not my poncho in the.
I'm assuming he's not wearing his poncho in the suit. But, you know.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Sweetman,
Yeah.
you move over to the crane.
Yes, I did.
The actual controls have been short-circuited. They're kind of like fried a little bit, but you see the access panel to open it up. It just it's like it's one of those push and kind of twist panels. You don't really need a tool for this, and that's when you realize you don't need a maintenance jack to fix this. What you need are some kind of technical skills to fix this.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make a Comtech roll.
It's a good thing that I have high wits because
You do.
with zero contact,
You do.
I am the wrong person for this job. I just happen to be wearing the right pajamas.
As the marshal's like, shit,
Son of a bitch.
Dr. Barry showed me this once.
Oh,
go ahead and make
that
your
was
roll.
a face hugger on a stress dice. God damn.
Stress
It's too
goes
late
up.
to use my
Stress goes up by 1,
and then I make a panic roll.
and you need to make a panic roll. And you should be at 3 stress now, so you need to
Yeah, 3
make a
stress.
decent roll.
That was a 4.
A 4 plus your panic, or a 4 total, or a 4 plus your panic?
Yeah, 4 total. Yeah, 3
A
panic.
4 total. So
3
you
on my-
rolled. So you rolled a 1 on your
Yeah.
dice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. keeping it together despite like fuck. You're like trying to figure out what you're doing. Dr. Salvatore, you see all this happening right now. Graves is able to secure the engine. So that brings us to the next round.
This is crazy.
Jack Dawson, you get to make a piloting roll. Well, first off, the 2 remaining chains on one of the supply pallets snaps off.
No.
Flies off the side. Gone. You're down to 2 supplies. You get to make a piloting roll at -3 now because Graves has repaired the engine.
All right. That is no 6s, but no 1s.
Okay.
I don't know if 1s matter.
That's considered a failure. Would you like to push the roll?
Yes, Can I use my ride or die?
So if you use ride or die, you don't get a stress level.
Yes.
However, you're going to need 2 successes to complete the task because you have to have a second success to show off.
Okay.
Or you could just push it normally and take a point of stress and just risk it that way. So those are your choices.
I will push it.
All right. So we're not going to use our ride or die feature.
No,
Not
because
yet?
I need 2 successes for that part.
It's true.
And I'm rolling less dice.
You are rolling less dice.
Okay.
All right. So you get another point of stress for pushing it,
Yes.
and then go ahead and re-roll everything.
1 success
Okay. How about on your stress dice? Anything?
on the stress dice.
Any ones?
2. Rolling 2 stress dice. No 1s.
No ones. Dawson, you hell of a pilot. Just keeping it together up here, despite the hazardous circumstances, keeping everything as steady as you can. As you're doing that, I need Sweetman and Graves to make mobility rolls. Graves, well, we'll let Graves do it first. You get a +1 to this because of your last successes. However, you're dangling over the side, so you're still going to be at -2. So a net of -1. Let's see how it does.
All right, here we go.
Let's see.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Well, my stress dice was a 6 as well. So it's 3 successes with the stress dice.
3 successes. Drake is heightened. He's in the moment right now. He's getting shit done. You don't fly off the side, Graves. You can also gift one of
Yep.
your.
Gifted.
You can actually gift both of them if you'd like.
I'll give both the Sweetman.
Well, no, you can't give them
Oh.
both to him. You can give only one per player. But I'm assuming, Dr. Salvatore, you're going to be moving out of the airlock at this point, or are you going to be doing something else?
I don't know if she
Well,
needs.
yeah, is there anything
I'm a little
left that I
concerned.
need to do?
Yeah.
Looks like somebody might need some help.
Doc,
Yeah.
Sweetman?
you don't plan on going out there, do you, Doc?
I was gonna go help Sweetman
Okay.
if I could.
Well, as far as what can be done, you said that there's only one area to latch yourself onto. Is there anything inside of this cabin that I can connect something to that I can harness myself with?
Seat.
All of your personal gear would have
Seatbelt.
been stowed completely. The sled is designed in such a way that it's not designed for what's happening to it right now. It only has a single towing cable, and that's it.
Okay. All right. So there are no cables, no ropes, no nothing.
No.
We're stuck in here.
I forgot to mention, there are additional towing cables, but they're just not by the cab. So there would be one by Graves. There's towards the front. or back, whichever one you want to call it. There's one on each side of the vehicle.
Okay, so I could open the other door and hook myself to that.
No, you could not. The cab sits on the front, almost like a tractor trailer.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
So Graves is on the end of the vehicle. He's at the end of the pallet. He just fixed the engine that blew out on that side. Sweetman is just kind of like to your left, where the crane arm has undocked itself and it's just kind of like flying around.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how useful I would be. So I know you're heading over there. I don't want to fall out. I don't want to get in the way. What is your stress level, Sweetman?
I have 3 stress.
And the only thing we have left to do is handle this crane, right?
As far as you know.
Oh, God. All right, then I would like to poke my head out at Sweetman and try let me pull this up, and try Counselor.
Counselor?
I don't know how successful it will be.
Okay,
but
what are you going to do?
Empathy plus command to reduce stress. Try to talk him through it. You remember Dr. Bering? You know, Dr. Bering showed you how to do this. You just take a deep breath. You know, like it's okay, everything's fine. It's not fine, but he doesn't need more stress.
Let's make your roll, Dr. Salvatore. Let's see. Let's see if you
I
can
love
talk the good
I
Marshall
love the
down.
creativity in
Damn.
it.
Are we on a comm system, or is she just yelling it out the?
The suits would have comms built in.
Okay,
Fine,
so
you're doing great.
we would all hear Sandy like probably screaming as he
He's like,
was flying in the air.
he's like, fuck! Yeah, oh yeah, you definitely would have heard him. They're like, oh no.
Sandy, you've been in worse situations. I have a single success, and now I have to roll 2 stress die.
Yes, just to make sure you don't freak out on that.
Yeah. I have a 1 and a 3 on my stress die.
Looks like you panicked a little bit. Let's see how you do. Well, have nerves of steel.
I do have nerves of steel.
So unfortunately,
I have 2 stress levels.
Yeah, you can't fail this roll. So
Okay.
you keep it together, despite
Keep it
the
together.
hazard of the situation.
Calm
And
him
Sweetman's
down.
stress goes down by 1.
Yay.
Excellent.
But Drake, you can give him one of your successes for his roll.
Yeah. Can I make my other one?
Yes, and you can bank your other one for your next move,
All right.
which we'll get to that in a second. So Sweetman, make me an agility roll. You do have a success.
A success, okay.
You just can't fail your stress.
Hey, I got 2 on my own, so that's a total of 3.
3. Sweetman's killing it this time. He's got it. He's getting his shit together, sliding around. Then we go to core actions. So Graves, if you want to get to Sweetman, it's going to take like everything to get to him. You're going to have to make another mobility roll, and you're not going to be able to help him this round.
Okay. I'll still try to get to him though.
Okay, give me a mobility roll. I will also preface this, that if you fail this, you may get hit by a swinging crane arm.
Cool. Am I at any disadvantages still?
You still at a -2.
And a -2. Okay. Yeah, it's total then.
Sandy, you're doing great.
Working out
That's-
perfect.
That's 2 successes
2 successes.
and 3 on my stress.
Still good. Graves is still keeping it together. You go to move towards Sweetman. As you do, the crane arm slides past you. One of the large kind of like grappling like claws that it has at the tip of it just skids by your head, and you dodge out of the way, sliding underneath, very action movie style. And then you end up next to Sweetman. Sweetman, go ahead and make me another Comtech roll.
All right. We're going to do that again. That's 2 successes.
How about your stress though?
1 success on stress and a 3 on the other one.
Hey! With 2 successes, Sweetman, you dial in and you begin to suss out the issue.
All thanks to the good doctor.
You're thinking about, Dr. Salvatore giving you the encouragement. You recall Dr. Bering fiddling with his little devices and all this bullshit that he's messing with. All the instruction that your former compatriot and close friend has given you over the years when it comes to electronics. And
you gotta survive, man.
And as you're messing with it, suddenly the dock arm responds, and you recall it. It locks into place and redocks itself onto the side of the sled, secure. As it secures, Dawson regains complete control of the sled. The engine is still not at full capacity. It's been damaged, Dawson. You can tell that you're moving slow. You're moving a lot slower than you should be. You're going to need to do maintenance on this, no matter what, if you want to fly this anytime soon. But it's enough to limp you to Borealis Station. As that settles, I'm assuming Graves and Sweetman return. Graves and Sweetman, especially on the side of the vessel, as you go to move, you see down below these gigantic creatures, huge. You see some decent detail of them. They appear to be tusked, massive, kind of stomping around down below. And you see what looks like a spaceship vessel of some kind, half buried in the mud and ice down below. And you're moving relatively quickly, but you see that as you're moving back towards the cab. That's when... Go ahead, Grace.
The spaceship appears to be human design.
Yes, you recognize it as a ship because it's definitely an actual human vessel of some
Yes,
kind.
okay. I just wanted to clarify.
Yes, that is rightful to clarify that. Yes. It's a quick glance. You see it as you're passing by. That's when we come to, I sent you a picture of Borealis Station, if you want to check that out. And you begin to move towards the shuttle dock. I'm not going to have you, it's not really a dock, it's a landing pad, is what it is. Dawson, I'm not going to have you make a roll. You've succeeded so many times already. You're going to have to roll for this landing. But as the shuttle's engines begin to wind down, as you place yourself down onto the landing pad, which is fairly barren. There's no other ships or anything parked nearby. The only thing looks like there's a large tractor, the similar tractors to what you guys have on the Colony, off to the side, kind of at a weird angle. But as the engines wind down, the roar swallowed by the endless rain, the landing pad glistens under the storm's assault, a sheet of black metal slick with freezing water. Beyond the wavering glow of hazard lights, Borealis Station rises out of the basalt ridge like a scar. And I will mention that, the station is set up on, a high ridge line. Pretty steep cliffs all around it. And then a mountainside where it looks like there's a large entrance to some kind of mine, possibly. There's a lattice of prefab modules that squat against the wind, their walls stained with rust and rain-streaked resin that seeps from the earth below. Harsh floodlights cut beams through the downpour, throwing long shadows across guard towers that loom at the perimeter. Their searchlights sweep over the compound, catching figures in shackles hustled across the yard under the watch of armed security. The processing plant behind them belches steam and smoke into the storm, its vents coughing like a dying animal. The command module and barracks huddle closer to the ridge, lights glowing faint and cold. Electrical arcs crackle along overtaxed power relays, briefly illuminating the steel-framed entrance to the mine shaft where the real work begins. The air tastes of ozone and wet iron. The thunder is constant, low and grinding, like the growl of something vast and ancient buried beneath the ice. Borealis Station is not a place built for life. It's a cage of concrete and steel, hammered into the bones of a dead world. And the moment your boots hit the pad, you know one truth. No one leaves here clean. Now, are you guys going to be wearing the environmental suits, or are you going to be wearing your armor and fatigues just to get you to the station?
What's the temperature out here?
It's cold. It's below freezing. Not like below zero, like to the point where it's like raining ice, but cold enough to where there's still ice patches and slick and some snow on the mountainsides that seems to be relatively permanent. So it's probably like 30. Cold enough that you might want to bundle up. The people you see kind of walking around have like thick, almost like parkas on, and that's how they're kind of moving about.
I think I'll just go stick with my fatigues
And armor.
Yeah, and poncho.
Okay. We'll say that you've changed out of your environmental suit. You're in your armor. Put your slicker on. Yeah, I'm assuming all of you got your weapons. Dr. Salvatore, are you armoring yourself up again? Same thing. Sweetman, are you putting on your vest?
Oh yes, yeah. I've got the Kevlar, the thermal fatigues.
Yes.
Hold
puppy
up.
cap. Yeah.
Yes.
Are
Dr.
these metal?
Or what metal?
Is our armor metal? Is
It
it
is.
going to freeze on our bodies? That's my question.
You're wearing fatigues. You'll be all right. Maybe.
Got your thermal fatigues on.
That you seem too excited about us putting our armor on. I'll probably. God. You know what? I'm just going to take my outfit with me. I'm going to keep wearing the suit that is going to protect me from the elements, and I will carry my clothes with me. I can change inside the base and get one of these fancy parkas, I guess.
So you want to take your environmental suit?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, you can. It's bulky and cumbersome, but you can do that if you'd like.
What would a sensible person do in this environment?
It's up to you. Drake is just wearing his normal stuff. He's walking out there.
Fine. I mean, if he's just wearing his normal stuff and he seems to be doing fine, I'll wear my normal stuff. I'll be fine.
All right. What about Captain Jack Dawson?
Yeah, I would take the compression suit off and just have like the fatigues and
Fatigues.
yeah.
Fatigues. Are you gonna strap on the Kevlar?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Strap on the Kevlar. Are we all sticking together? Yes, we're not
I
splitting
think
up
so.
at any point.
Dawson, unless
as
we need to, I guess, for some
as
reason.
you step out onto the sled, Dawson, you immediately look at the damage. You can assess the damage, and you're going to have to really look over the vessel to see exactly what you're going to need, but you're going to need to do repairs here for sure.
Yes.
But at this point, when you step out onto the vessel, you see, and you do see the two empty sections of the sled where 2 pallets of supplies are gone. There's only 2 left. Shit. You're going to need the docking arm to remove the pallets and place them onto the pad. That's what it's there for. They're too heavy to lift by any normal means. So as Dawson moves towards the claw arm to pick everything up, Graves, Sweetman, and Dr. Salvatore, a door opens at the command section. And 4 figures step out. and are beginning to move towards you. I should note that what you see on the ground as you're able to kind of like assess Borealis. You see remnants of some kind of struggle or something now that you're looking at the tractor itself. The wheels on one side are flat. The side facing you are flat. Everything is kind of covered in a layer of ice, and it's hard to accurately see all the details. But you do see what looks like remnants of possible scatter shot across the side of the vessel, like shotgun blasts, as well as you would see like the red plastic, kind of like with the ice layered over it, of spent shotgun shell casings out on the ground nearby.
We all see this?
Yes, yeah, you guys can all see this easily enough.
Is there any blood?
It's hard to tell.
Great.
The four figures emerge
Mm-hmm.
and begin moving towards the four of you. As Dawson's, you're working on moving out the pallets. So they move up, and as they approach, you see that they're wearing looks like this white kind of like parka coat over what looks like black Kevlar. Now, this isn't full marine armor. It's similar to what Sweetman wears. It looks almost like riot armor. They have kind of like face coverings, keeping their nose and mouths covered. They are wearing what looks like a riot shield, kind of like helmet with like glass over the front of it, and they all have shotguns.
Yes,
And it looks
Morales.
like they also have stun batons hanging from their hips, similar to Sweetman.
All right.
As they approach, they say, "Are you guys from Etheria?
Yes.
We need to see your credentials."
Yes. I would show them. I
I was
mean,
going to say, do we have credentials?
probably our little
Your
whatever's.
Yeah, you would have like kind of like a
PDAT.
manifest on your PDAT. You kind of like show them your credentials, and they. All right. It says there's four of you. Is that it? Did you bring anyone else?
No?
It's fucking cold out here, Jim. Let's get inside. Yeah. Let's take this inside. Your guy can get down from there once he gets us on the ground. We'll take care of the rest. The warden wants to see you.
Warden? This is a prison? I'm not asking this. I'm out of character.
Do
Were
you
we
say that out
informed?
loud?
No, absolutely not. Would we have known this was a prison?
No one said anything about that.
Okay.
Bad intel.
And they turn and they're leading you back to the command center.
Great. I love this for us. It's
Dawson, you're able to catch up pretty quickly. The four of you enter into the command section. The doors are open. They're almost like a large bay doors. They're currently open. There's a guy standing right next to the console to shut the doors because it is freezing outside. You make it through the doors, and they're slow. As they're slowly closing behind you. Definitely need some oil, possibly. A little maintenance. Looks like some of the lights in here are flickering on and off. Looks like fairly stale, bland, normal, well, not so much normal, but very, you don't see any aesthetic, pleasing parts of the interior
Prison?
of this. It's all very to the point and set in stone.
Ah,
In this section, you see what looks like possibly office doors. There's a bathroom, unisex bathroom, big one more than likely. You see guards walking back and forth, as well as like janitors and other just regular maintenance crew staff. There's a man that walks up towards you. As the four men that were with you, they're obviously guards of some kind. Like, okay, the warden's office is this way. A man walks up. Tall, gaunt man. Looks to be in his early 50s. He's immaculately dressed despite the constant rain and the conditions outside. Looks like he probably doesn't get outside very much. His black corporate coat hangs like a shroud, beating water rather than soaking it. His features are sharp and angular, a hawk-like nose, thin lips, pale eyes that seem to measure everyone as they fall upon each of you. His posture is rigid, and his hands are gloved. He seems to be carrying himself very to the point as he moves up to all of you. Victor Hale, you are the team from Ethereum.
yes, we are.
Good, good. We need this result as quickly as possible. I'm told that you have experience in delicate matters.
In some delicate matters, it depends on the matter.
As you're saying this, one of the guards goes, Director Hale, the warden said we should, the warden reports to me. I don't, that's not exactly how it works, sir. I sign the paychecks around here. All of you work for me.
I'm sorry, who's saying this?
This would
Man,
be the
Sky.
man that approached you.
Okay, so this isn't the warden.
This is
This
not
is the CFO.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This is Victor Hale.
This is Victor Hale.
Okay, thank you.
Director Victor Hale, as he likes to be called. Very well, we can walk and talk. And he walks with you. All right. Who should I be speaking to? Which one of you makes decisions?
Let's make decisions. I'm happy to field any questions.
He looks you over. Really? You?
You're welcome to have your pick of any of us if there's someone you would rather speak with.
As long as you get this done quickly and quietly, and don't cause a fuss, that's all I care about.
Again, it
Did you bring
depends on the nature of what the issue is.
Well, I have a feeling we're about to discuss that. I'm not very welcome in there at the moment, but I will sit in and we will have discussion after this. Don't leave.
All right.
You're brought to a office at the end of one of these hallways. It's not so much a maze in here. There's just a few different hallways that lead to different sections of the command post. One of those being like a communications room where Mother is kept. Across the hall is where the warden's office is. And you see a sign across the side right next to the very plain-looking door that says Warden Kresnik, Ilyana Kresnik. A broad-shouldered woman in her late 40s, her frame still carrying the discipline of a Marine. Though softened by years of chain smoking and sleepless nights, her close-cropped dark hair is streaked with gray and deep lines mark her weather-beaten face. A faded USCM tattoo peeks from beneath the cuff of her uniform jacket, the fabric smelling faintly of smoke and wet leather in this room. You see that she is currently wearing a modified version of the Kevlar kind of armor that you've seen the guards wearing. It appears to be a little bit more decorative, closer to what a Marine might wear, like an officer. She sits behind a large desk. There are 2 seats in front of her, and each of them are filled with 2 additional people sitting in the room. You have what appears to be a slight woman in her mid-30s, She's wearing like a white kind of, well, we'll get to it. She has tired brown eyes set behind smudged glasses and dark hair tied back in a messy bun. Her pale white medical coat is stained with black streaks and old blood. Her sleeves are rolled up to thin arms that appear to be trembling, possibly from exhaustion. There's kind of like deep shadows under her eyes, and she kind of looks towards all of you as the door slides open. She's a little skittish. The man next in the seat next to her, a wiry man in his early 40s with restless energy that never seems to leave him. He's kind of fidgety. His close-shaven head glistens with beads of rain or sweat, and his sharp features are framed by a neatly trimmed goatee. He wears a stained lab coat over a patched thermal jacket, pockets stuffed with data slates and scribbled notes. And his eyes are more like kind of wide, kind of darting around the room at each of you as you move in. The warden kind of looks towards all of you. She doesn't really stand. Looks like she's kind of like clutching at her temples, looking at data slates laid out in front of her. Good, you made it. All right. All right, I am the warden. You can call me Kresnik, Warden Kresnik. This, as she points towards the warden, towards the woman, is Dr. Patel. This, as she points towards the man, Dr. Okai. They are my medical and science division, respectively. And it appears that you have already met Director Victor Hale as he steps in with a bit of a frown on his face, and he steps in besides all of you. You can leave us. Go outside as she motions or kind of like directs the guards that escorted you to stand outside. Close the door. And they close the door. All right, who am I talking with?
Suppose you can speak with me.
What are your names?
Oh. Apologies, I thought they said I had information about us. My name is Dr. Salvatore. I am accompanied by Mr. Dawson, Mr. Graves, and Mr. Sweetman.
She stands up from behind the desk and walks over to Graves.
They know each other.
Where'd you serve?
Served under Colonel Thrask.
Hard ass. Good. She takes a big draw on the cigarette in her mouth. Good. I'm going to need some experience on this. You must be the pilot.
That I am.
They just relayed, said I'm missing 2 crates of supplies.
Yeah, it was a bumpy ride on the way in.
She walks back over to her desk, sits down.
Warden, I'm sorry, we weren't informed that this was a penal colony.
She watches the cigarette kind of like crunches in her mouth and kind of like falls away as her teeth are just clenched. I see that you sent all the information we needed, Director. Everything that was necessary to get things done, of course. Why don't you stay in the office afterwards? I mean, you were going to have a more thorough talk than last time. Well, glad you finally made it. Borealis is hanging on by a thread. One of my cell blocks is in open revolt. Half my guards are stretched thin, and the mines, she begins to kind of rub her temples. The mines are eating people alive. I need boots on the ground, and I don't have the luxury to be choosy. So even though you appear to be fuck-ups right now, prove me wrong. That's when Hale cuts in. Order is paramount. The riot in Cell Block C must be crushed immediately. If we project weakness, the other blocks will follow. I don't care how you do it. Swift, decisive action will stabilize this station. He adjusts one of his gloves, his eyes kind of flickering between the four of you. And let's be clear, Apex didn't send you here to play nursemaid. Production in the refinery cannot stop. That's when the woman stands up, the woman that was sitting down, Dr. Patel stands up. Victor, they're not machines. They're breaking down. I've got prisoners screaming themselves raw, guards hallucinating, and I can't treat everyone with what little I've got left. If something isn't done about the exposure, there won't be anyone left to mine your precious ore. Please, I need help in the infirmary before this spirals into something worse. Then the man, Dr. Okoye, stands up. He clears his throat. The resin, it's not behaving like any material I've ever cataloged. It reacts subtly as though it's more than inert matter. The prisoners exposed to it report strange impressions, patterns, and dreams, voices. He glances briefly at Hale and then begins to lower his tone. There are precedents, records I've come across in some of the old files from the station. Enough to suggest this material may have been studied before, elsewhere. I won't say much more, but if I could secure controlled samples, I might begin to understand what we're really digging up. His eyes kind of flicker nervously towards the four of you, and darting around the room, looks like he's weighing his decision on if he can trust you or not. Warden Kresnik pounds her fists on her desk. Enough! Every damn one of you has your own agenda, and I've got a station tearing itself apart. These people came here to help, not to get dragged into your pissing contests. Here's the truth. Cell Block C is about to boil over. The majority of our supplies are missing, maybe stolen. That's why we needed the emergency resources. And the mines are turning people into husks. They're our only means of production, and I've been assured by Director Hale that if we don't keep production up, Apex will no longer send supplies to us. So tell me, what's it going to be? As she looks at all four of you. Are you here to keep this place standing, or are you going to make things worse? I think that's a good time for us to take our first break.